All right, YouTube and all you classic Mustang lovers out there. Hydro Restoration's coming at you today. We're going to do a quick tutorial or a quick video on how to replace our original ignition coil right here. So a couple parts that we are using. I went to O'Reilly for this one. And we're going to get schwanky. So we're going to go with a pure chrome ignition coil cover. And I have actually never used Edelbrock previously, so I'm going to give Edelbrock a try. I've got their electronic fuel pump in here, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to go with the Edelbrock ignition coil. It's the Max Fire. It's 45,000 volts. The original ignition coil actually comes with 20,000 volts, and I'm going to be straight with you. This bad dog is 60 years old. So again, we're going to use the Edelbrock Max Fire. I've used, MSD. I've had the flamethrower in most of my previous Mustangs, but we're going to give Edelbrock a shot. A couple things to note as we're getting started on the project. You can tell I don't have my heater core in yet, but there are supposed to be 2 bolts down here. One bolt holding that part of the clamp on, and we've got one holding that clamp on. So what I need to do is actually find another bolt to be able to hold this on. I mean, you gotta love these old cars. Again, this thing was in a field for more than 45 years. Obviously want to make a quick note for those of us that sometimes need the disclaimers and disclosures on McDonald's coffee to potentially not spill it on yourself because it can burn. We just want to make sure that when we're playing with the ignition coil, ignition system generally, or anything that has to do with electronics, we're obviously going to want to go ahead and remove that positive terminal, the hot terminal from the car. So now that that is off, we can go ahead and get started removing our original ignition coil. Okay, so I've got it off, cleaned out both of the terminals, as you probably saw in the fast forward, and now I've got the new ignition coil and then the cover ready, and it's just going to sit like this. Something that I would just kind of note is these things always come with a little film, so you're going to want to make sure that you pull the film off so you get the full chrome look, as opposed to something kind of nasty and dinged up. See that? There we go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. That'll look a lot prettier than what it did. Just like that. There we go. And then we've got, it's going to fit nicely inside of there. Then I'll have it mounted up to the motor block. Got my coil on. It's connected to the bracket, which is a huge bolt just because it's universal. It's ginormous. I might grind that thing off in a couple minutes, but I won't show it on the video. And then if you want a part number on the Edelbrock ignition coil, it's 3324. So I just used Phillips 3/8, tighten that baby up. So I used the trusty grinder and was able to cut that bolt about 1/3 the size. That way I can go ahead and get the mounting bolt through and past it to be able to then get it on the block. Kind of funny. Again, I mean, this thing has been neglected, but that little, I don't know if anybody noticed. So this right here is actually meant to help mount to the block to keep this stable. However, it clearly was not mounted to the block. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do it up the way it's supposed to be. All right, so about 10-15 minutes later, we've got it all hooked back up. So I haven't hooked up the positive battery terminal yet, but I'll kind of show you what we did. So down below, got the bolt in, got the negative, got the distributor, got the positive. Actually, because if you'll note just a couple of seconds ago, I was missing one of the bolts. I'm actually going to go run to the hardware store and pick one up. The primary difference between this coil, the Edelbrock coil, is 45,000 volts, and the original, which is 20,000. I'm going to tell you, this thing was not doing so hot. So anyway, you can see, I mean, it's a huge upgrade. If we were to look at the difference, we got some chrome. It's more than double the power that's going to be throwing to our distributor. And the other thing I would note is I still am running points and condenser. I don't plan to rip this car around. I mean, it's got a straight 6 200 cubic inch, so I don't know that that's, you know, I can screech them, but I don't know that I'm going to be doing too much more than that. So what I have personally found is realistically under 3,000 RPMs, I have not noticed much of a difference as long as you've got it gapped and set correctly. Any real difference between running an electronic ignition versus points and condenser, you know, that are gapped and set correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and run down and just pick up a new bolt just to connect it. And yeah, we'll see how it runs. But the installation, again, it's pretty quick. You've got a positive, you got a negative, you've got your distributor cap connection, and then you've got 2 bolts on the block just to unscrew. So replacing these are not that hard. And I mean, I've done it on 5 or 6 ponies thus far. I definitely recommend at least 40,000 volts going in to try to give you some electric shock to turn your pony over. All right, y'all. So that was the quick installation, and Hydro Restorations will come at you. Oh, got a helper. What's up, Maui?